phone to catch up. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. Hello, everybody. There we go. Back. Hi, it's Jeanette with Backroom Creations. Come on in and let me know where you're watching from. Hi, Miss Tracy. How are you? Got a little warm today. I seen you playing out with them chickens. I grew up with chickens. Come on in, everybody. Let me know that you're here, where you're watching from. Hi, Cheryl. How are you? So tonight we're going to play with some wood. And this is a cutting board that I cut out on a bandsaw. No, this one was routed out. We're making cutting boards for me to do projects, and pretty soon they're going to hit the website. And then I also made a bigger one. Actually, my husband made this one. So, Chalking at the White Elephant. Hi, Kim. So, this is a bigger one that he made. I didn't ask for one that big, but I actually was going to use that one tonight, and then I changed my mind last minute, like the last 20 minutes. So, that's just the way it goes here. But come on in. Let me know where you're watching from. My name is Jeanette. I'm with Backroom Creations, and I'm glad that you're here. So, we're going to use a cutting board. Hi, Miss Mary. It is 12 inches tall. 12 inches tall, 8 inches wide. It is made out of a 1x10 or something. But we're going to use that. We're going to use some little sticks. And we're going to use one of those little plaques like you buy from Hobby Lobby or something. So if you guys wouldn't mind sprinkling me out, I'd appreciate it. Hi, Darla. Hi, Cynthia. I like to use, I buy the Dollar Tree cookie sheets. And I use them to paint on. I put some wax paper on here, and then I paint on it, and then I can push it out in my area. So we're going to start with painting it. And my whole idea, I changed my whole idea. Hi, Lenora from Mississippi. Welcome. I'm going to put this on the front of this. And then it'll be down here. Thank you, Mary. So that's what we're going for. So I think I want to paint. Want to do Chippy? Let's do Chippy. We'll see if I have enough time for Chippy. But we'll paint. I don't want to go dark. We'll do white on the base of this. So I probably won't do the back tonight just because I make a mess when I paint, and I know I always run out of time. So this is just the Hello Hobby brand that was Wayfair. Not Wayfair. I always say Wayfair. Yeah. I'm not gonna find it. Waverly. I've got Waverly. I've got Hello Hobby. I've got Folk Art. So we're gonna paint the front and the sides. Hi, Deborah. How are you? This is a pretty bright red. I normally tone it down a little bit with some coffee grunge, but we're not going to grunge tonight. And it kind of matches the napkin. The napkin is a bright red. Look, I'm getting it all over it already. And that's the way the night's going to go. I like these big, long paint brushes to get in the bottom of my jars. I used to not like them, but it's better than getting paint all over your hands. I do have a fan going, so this will help it dry quite a bit. How was everybody's Monday? Mine was work. Work and more work. It's a Monday, that's all I can say, because my computer ran like it's a Monday. It actually ran like it was a Friday. Thanks. It's pretty bright. I usually tone it down, but I do like this one. It's called Ruby. I like the Waverly Crimson. I'm just out of it. I'm trying to use up. What happens is I'll buy a new one and then I'll open the new one and then I'll forget about the old one. So I told myself I'm not opening up a new jar of paint unless all the other one is gone. We'll see. I'm gonna get me a little towel to hang on to so I don't have paint all over my hands. I usually come down and I'm covered in paint. I just stopped trying to be clean. Like I said, I'm not going to do the back right now, just for lack of time. Now my candle boxes I made, I didn't put a hole in the top, and now I remember why. Because it is so hard to paint in the middle of that hole. Like the color? It won't stay all red because we're going to do something else over top of it. I want to get it painted and then sat down at least so it can dry some. And then we'll work on our other parts. Okay. So we're going to set this. Ooh, found a globby. A goober, a globby, whatever you want to call them. You know, it comes out of the paint. Okay. We're going to set this off to the side. And then we'll get another one. I have like a whole stack of them because I have another room I can go lay stuff in on the table. Makes it kind of nice, unless you have something really, really big. And that way you can just paint. Sometimes when I'm painting small things, I'll just paint a bunch and then I'll just carry it in there and put it on the table, away from the cat, so it can dry. So now this is just one of those Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby. I think they're 5x7. Yeah, 5x7 plaques. And we're going to paint it white. Because we're going to put a napkin over it. So we got us a picnic style napkin. Won't need all of it. Let's see here. It is. I don't know. I started doing it. Oh, I know. I started doing it when I was doing resin. So I could like carry it into another room and put it on a level table. You know, resin has to sit for so long. I mean, paint does too. I haven't done much resin for quite some time, but I still use the cookie sheets. And then when they get too nasty, you can just throw them away. You know, one of my Dollar Trees turned in one of those Dollar Tree Family Dollars. They bought part of the building next door to them and made it bigger and crunched the aisles. I mean, these aisles are skinny. So we went down there yesterday just for giggles. I mean, it was okay. I just thought it was kind of ridiculous to have the same items on both ends of the store. So it's really a Family Dollar and a Dollar Tree just put in the same building. All the Dollar Tree shelves have the green stripes. The Family Dollar has the red. Of course, Family Dollar has food. I mean, our Dollar Tree did. No, our Dollar Tree didn't have cold food. I mean, would I go down there shopping? Probably not, because it's not here in town with me. But we went down there. I like to go to that Dollar Tree because it's cleaner. The one here in town's kind of... The only store I expect to be dirty and have to go shopping in it is like when you're going to the flea market or something. Hi, Deanne. it could be. Yeah, it was. I'm like, I didn't know if that stuff would be mixed together. But you walk in and you see green, and then you see the other half red. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we walked up and down every aisle. Got a couple things. Nothing fabulous. Okay. So this we're going to give a little heat tool to. How are you, Dan? Are you home yet? Or are you still gallivanting around? Dan was in Alaska. Like I said, it was okay. The people down in that town, they'll probably like it. Of course, in the same plaza is a Dollar General Market. I'm like, was it on heat? There we go. So same plaza has a Dollar Tree, a Family Dollar, and a Dollar General Market. Okay. But whatever floats your boat, right? So we're just going to dry this so we can put the napkin on top. And we don't need to paint the back of it because you won't see the back of it. Give this a little head start over here. My red one. Floyd got me this one since I broke. It's one of the Wagners. It's not loud though. And it doesn't like push out a lot of air, but it seems to dry pretty well. Because I broke his. I broke it a long time ago, but it finally went kaput on me. So we'll have to. Come on. There we go. I'm just gonna set that over to the side. We've got these sticks that we'll use behind. You will laugh. Hi, Denise. I didn't know what I did with my little. I have a little saw. Like if I just have a board, you'll never guess what I cut these with. I need to sand that one. There we go. So I use it to cut foam. It's a butter knife. And I use it to cut the wood. Now I wouldn't do that with my good knives, but it's just the one I use to cut styrofoam. So I figure, what the heck? Okay. So we're gonna paint these white as well. I love to make wall pockets out of anything and everything. But you know one thing I didn't do? I never did the smashed can. Never did it. Hi Monica on YouTube. How are you? If you didn't know, guys, I do have a YouTube channel. You can always pop over there and ring that bell. If I'm never not on Facebook and you know I'm supposed to be on, if Mr. FB's all wackadoodle, I will be over there. My mom used to yell at me because I couldn't find the little flower shovel, so I'd take one of her big spoons out to plant flowers. She's like, "Get my silverware back in the house." It worked. So we're just gonna paint these. I don't know which side I'm using, so I'll just paint them all. I need to go find I always have people give me their old jeans so I can steal their pockets out of them. Hi, Lisa. How are you? We're getting messy. I'm a messy painter. Yeah, see me when I actually paint it, like a room in a house. It's horrible. Did I do my ends? I did that one. Oh, didn't do that one. I don't know which end's going to get, which one's going to be up or down. You guys see any of my sweet sisters in here on their business page, or if they put their business page next to their name, make sure you go and follow them. We like to support each other. Sometimes you might get surprised and see something new. Monica on YouTube says, what am I painting? So I'll show you here in just a second. I have a cutting board that I cut out. And these are just pieces of wood kind of to give this board here some elevation. And we're going to make a wall pocket. So let's dry these real quick. The only bad part about painting on a live is getting it dry enough to do something with it. My lights are flickering. That's not a good sign. You just bought a real edger, think your old way of knife. You know, it's funny how sometimes we do that. We'll think, oh, this will be so much better. Not really. My allergies have been gotten so bad this year. Hi, Becky. I don't know if I like how you have to turn this off. It has to go to cold first. Ow, 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 ow. Yes, I touched that. That hurt. Ooh. On something cold. Hi, Jennifer on YouTube. That one might leave a mark. Okay, so we're going to set these out to the side. Get out my big Mod Podge. We always say Mod Podge. I try to use an old brush because, you know, sometimes that Mod Podge doesn't want to come out. We're just going to do the very top. We're not going to do, this has got like the little routed edges out. We're not going to do the edges because that's probably be a pain in the rear to do with napkins. I gotta do it pretty quick because I got my fan on. Jennifer, you will see, Jennifer's asking on YouTube what I'm making. I'm making a wall pocket. You'll kind of see the parts I'll bring back over here in just a second. Wall pocket's just something that you can put flowers or a candle in. So let's see if we can do this and not get any wrinkles. The rest of it off. So I'm going to leave this sit for a couple minutes because I don't want to mess with it. We're just going to let it sit there and gel for a minute. Okay. So we'll put this one out of the way. This is actually, I melted the handle on the stove. It was made in China. It's surgical stainless steel. I don't know. I think it was just a cheap set from Walmart, but does the trick. And then my son, was it 1 year he bought me a pink camo set of knives, and then my husband bought me a butcher block and a real good set of knives. And so I had all these extra knives, and I still do, but that one came upstairs with me. So now we're gonna get some Vaseline. So here's some Vaseline, and I'm just gonna use a big Q-tip. I got these at Harbor Freight. So I'm just gonna put, now what I put on here, I don't want to put in just one spot. We're just gonna you want it random. Hopefully that looks random. You don't want it too globby, or else it'll really drag. But it's just regular Vaseline. I think I bought that at the Dollar Tree. And then you have any big globs, those are best to kind of knock them down a little bit. Okay? And then we're going to take white paint over it. I'm going to get a bigger brush out. I don't need this no more. Okay. So we're just going to put white over, I think just over the top for now. And it is chalk paint. So you don't want to drag it around, kind of just like when you do crackle. It's kind of like that. Not as touchy as crackle, but you don't want to like swirl it. You can go back over it, just don't swirl it around or go back and forth. You don't want to disturb your Vaseline too much, unless you want some really funky tippiness to it. Don't laugh at me if I stick my tongue out. Dad always said, stick your tongue out a little bit further, maybe you'll do better. Whole family of girls does that. I don't know if any of the boys do it or not. Okay. Put that over there, okay? So here's what we look like. You can see it's kind of streaky. So now you want to melt the Vaseline off of it. I don't know if you can see it. So you're drying the paint and you're melting the wax. See how that's, and it's the same thing with candle wax. You can do it with candle wax, you can do it with petroleum jelly, or you can use glue and do the big thick parts of glue. It's just a different way. So the idea is that, hey girly, I didn't go. My back hurt too much. I was supposed to be at a craft show this weekend, and it just wasn't happening. So you don't want to stop before the paint that is not on Vaseline. You don't want to stop before it's dry. them some juice because it makes my lights flicker. So now we're just going to go in one direction. Oh, we got a little bit of pink. That's all right. So I wouldn't normally. Hey, Barbara, it's okay. I wouldn't normally spend a lot of time wiping it because I want that Vaseline to dry. But since we're doing something over top of it, I kind of want it to dry. And like I said, I didn't do the back just for time's sake. Okay. So to prevent getting the streaks of the mix of colors, you'd want to melt the Vaseline and then let it dry. But it's okay. All right. So now we're going to come back to our little wood block. Let me find my... Oh, it's not in there. A little gator sander. I'm just going to sand off the edge. I forgot to take the back layer off. Won't you guys let me do that for? It's okay. Hey, Connie McCormick, how are you? I think it'll be okay. I'll just sand a little bit heavier. Now that we know both plies are on there. I don't know if that's a 2-ply or a 3-ply. But oh well. It's still okay. One of my favorite sayings is, it'll be okay. Or it'll be all right. So I will come back later and put a coat of Mod Podge on this. So now we're going to take our sticks. And find where we want them to lay. So basically this is making a pocket right here. See, and this is what it'll look like. Okay. So now we're going to use a little bit of glue, hot glue, and a little bit of E6000. Thank you, Cynthia. The hot glue will make it set now, and the E6000 will help it hold for a long time. I just eyeballed where I want things. We're just going to hold down on that for a minute. Okay, and then we'll glue this on top. Now, if I was doing this outside, I would probably nail it. Have a brad nailer out in the shed. I I could glue and nail those, and then I could glue and nail this, and then put my paper on top. But, you know, for the magic of TV. Okay. So now we're going to do the same one here. Put the lid on. I didn't need to. Now we're done. Still moving around a little bit. The biggest thing, you want your top board to hang over just a little bit. But you don't want it so much that you don't want the top. I probably could have cut these just a little bit shorter. We're going to push down on here for a minute. So how's everybody doing? It's Monday. So Thursday, I got to go have back injections. Woohoo! I've had them before, but all of a sudden, the insurance company changed where they're not letting them put me to sleep now. Now I just have to have a local. I'm not very happy about that. I've been put out for over 3 years for these things, and now all of a sudden they're like, oh, you can just have a local. It's funny how the insurance company can dictate what we need and what we don't. I will have to be careful when, see the top layer I can already see is wanting to come up because I forgot to take off the back. Aw, thanks, Becky. I've got back problems for like the last 8 years. Every 18 months I go have another MRI and there goes another disc. Okay. I don't want to mess with it a whole lot, but there's our pocket. I think I'll go back. I've got some time here. So we'll come back by and put a little bit of white on the outside. Hi, Miss Patty. You just got your Comcast fixed. Patty's on YouTube. So this I'm just going to take pretty stiff brush and we're just going to kind of dry brush it just so it's not so stark. I love making wall pockets. Lori would know. I got them all over the shop. That red there on the sides is kind of bright. So we don't want it to be too bright for our rest of our project. I'm trying to hold that on there so it don't, because it's just on there with glue. So if this pink part bothers you some, we can just kind of go over that a little bit. And kind of blend it in a little bit so it doesn't look quite as heavy. I'll probably let that dry and I might go back in with a little red just to where it tried to turn pink. So there's your pocket right in there. So it's not a whole lot of room, but it's just enough room and I just got out some daisies. I didn't get out like greenery and stuff, just to kind of show you. Because the little pocket in there, these leaves aren't. If you bend your stems, putting them inside something like this, it'll help once they start getting in there all together. It'll help them kind of stable themselves. When I do little wall pockets like this, a lot of times I'll just put some Spanish moss in there. But then they start entangling together, and then kind of holds them together. Or you could spray some foam in there. If you want foam in there, I would put it in there before you put this top piece on. Just cut you a little sliver. That would stay on the floor. Look at that. I got one that don't have a daisy on it and one there. So guess what we do? We take two bad daisies and make a good daisy. There we go. Thank you, Barbara. And you can put as few or as little in here that you want. You don't want to put too much, especially right after you've done it, that it will push your blocks apart. Let's do that. Since we have time, let's go ahead and paint the back. We'll just lean it up against here. Either my projects are too long or they're too short. I can never find a happy medium unless I'm making a wreath, because I can pretty much time out my wreaths. So there's a whole lot of things that you guys can do with cutting boards. A lot of us use them a lot. So I just started making mine. I like them because they're thicker too. Thank you, Patty. Because these are actual dimensional lumber. So they're not real thin and shouldn't warp and all that. Has anybody got any big vacation plans? I know Deanne just got back from Alaska. I do not right now. I finally turned on my air. I never took my window air conditioner out of here. I just put the blackout curtains over it. But I put the one downstairs in the dining room this last weekend. So it got a little warm. Once that humidity starts in, I can't take it anymore. Poppers. And just let this dry. And then I probably will spray it to seal it. Oh yeah, you could, there's so many possibilities that you can do with a cutting board. You can make risers out of them. I put some feet on some. You can make one for fall. I was thinking my words were too big. I had some cutout words. But you can put a word right here, or a cutout of a flower, or clay. All those great molds with the clay. We slid. I will probably nail this from the back. project. Yeah, I set it down, so I'll have to paint the back again, but that's okay. But you could do one for every season. Be cute on like a mantle or like a little nook that you decorate in a little vignette or something. Thank you guys. So if you have never been here, my name is Jeanette. I'm from Backroom Creations. Make sure that you jump over and join Craft Around the Clock. I put the link in my description. There's crafting all the time. I mean, it's a Monday through Friday deal, but a lot of times there's events on the weekends and replays and lots of inspirations from pictures. There's all kinds of stuff. And the best of all is the community and the friends and family that you make. So I'm going to give you a few minutes back. Run get something to drink. Come back. Watch the next presenter. You have a blessed night too, Cynthia. Hi, Mary Claire. We'll have to watch the replay. I'm so glad that you came to spend some time with me, and I hope to see you again next week. Bye, guys.